take over immediately.
I mean, I slightly disagree. It's got Green Sun Zenith.
That's not going to take
It's
over.
like Birthing Pod. It's
no,
fine,
Birthing Pod, every single turn, you're going to get a tutor. So we're going to flash on over there in a couple seconds, and here we go.
Okay, Khyler Fields we have on the right here. He's playing this very strange mid-range mono-green homebrew.
And David is on the left with Rug Pod, or Twin Pod, or, well, whatever it is nowadays.
Okay, Forest from Khyler, and we've got a Copperline Gorge from David Blystone, and that goes into a Bird of Paradise.
Khyler has no turn 1 or 2 played, though his deck only really has Battlements and Explores early. David plays an Island. Looks like he has a Splinter Twin in hand.
Turn 3. I'm guessing that's going to be a Dungrove Elder.
And yep, okay.
And there we're done.
So that was just a turn 1 Birds, turn 2 Deceiver, Exarch, untap, Splinter Twin it for David, and moving to the sideboard, facing down a Dungrove Elder, well tapped out.
So Khyler didn't get enough opportunity to see that it was a twin pod deck. Because, I mean, this could just be, for example, Rug Twin.
Right.
Obviously, the Birds of Paradise makes that less likely, but, like, there are other builds that could make it be like that. Now, the question is then, so for Khyler...
Nature's Claim for sure.
Nature's Claim, he probably will bring in the Spellskite.
I think that's it for him. I think he wants to board out... I think these Titans can go. Or does he have enough threats without it?
I mean, they're so expensive. I mean, like, why not, just cut them down to get in your answers, right?
Yeah. I don't really know exactly what he's... There's a lot of options that he can board out. Not Zenith, not Bees Within. Maybe some Explorers are shaveable. Let's look at this Twin deck, though.
I mean, actually, before we move over, I do think that even with Omnath and Dungrove Elder, he's got enough potential threats.
He probably doesn't want Titan just because it taps him out without immediate lethal. You don't want to just tap out and then kind of...
I mean, or he could even shave down, like, out 1 Titan, out 2 Avengers to leave 1 in each for Green Sun Zenith.
That's true.
Yeah. And then on the other side, so what did you see? You saw Forest.
Dungrove Elder.
Dungrove Elder. So you're probably thinking to yourself that this guy is, he's mono green.
Yep.
He's in a deck that's probably going to attack you. And
I think
so
you
your
want
answers are
Mitotic
what?
Slime, Wormcoil Engine.
I think you would also consider Tuk Tuk.
Yeah, that's reasonable as well. You might want Spellskite because you assume that he's going to have some kind of naturalize effect.
Right.
And just redirect that. Let's see. Vengevine, no. Acidic Slime, no. Arc Trail. You might want Arc Trail. You might be expecting Birds of Paradise and Llanowar.
I think that's a reasonable expectation because you don't have Khyler's list, so you don't know that he doesn't have those cards.
So that might be coming in. Silbok Replica, probably not. You might be expecting Birthing Pod, though. I don't know. Let's see. Obstinate Baloth, no. And, well, we'll see if he brings an artifact removal or not, depending on whether he expects Birthing Pod or just has no idea and doesn't sideboard, which is very reasonable in this case. Just kind of, well, he played a Dungrove Elder. Who knows? Could be anything. He does have a Silbok Replica in the main to turn off an opposing pod, so that's not too much of an issue. And Acidic Slimes. Yeah, I might just board out the Obstinate Baloth for Mitotic Slime and something for this Wormcoil Engine. Maybe the Seagate Oracle, maybe this Vengevine. Maybe
I don't think the Vengevine does much for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to win a game off of a Vengevine. Either their deck is going to be working and a Vengevine is not going to be sufficient, or you're going to have them dead.
Yeah.
So...
Well, that was a very rapid game 1, turn 3.
And that's one of the things about combo decks is that it is certainly possible for them just to be like, well, that was it. Well, that was good game.
Was it good for me, or wait, just for you? Did you have fun there? I had fun. I made a million guys.
In order to make that happen, that's only about he was on the player on the draw. He was on the draw. Okay, so that means he's got about 13% to 14% of games will go that way for him.
I think it might actually be less.
Well, he has to have the green source into the birds, into the deceiver, into the land is the issue. So it's probably with the lands it's probably closer to 8.
Yeah.
Depends on his red counts, for example.
It's about 64 out of 1,000 that he, or I guess I didn't count the draw steps, but like
The draw steps are what you've got to add in there.
He only has 3 twins too, so looks like we've got a game
only
starting.
3 twins? Okay, now we're down to the 4% territory.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some plays on both sides. I'm guessing that's a bird of paradise. When we back out, we'll be able to see.
Nope,
There's a lotus cobra.
That's going to get dismembered. Khyler had an explore on his turn 2. Khyler draws
4 mana. He's got a verdant
Looks
catacombs.
like he's got a Garrick in his hand of the new variety. Khyler goes on to 15 fetching, just passes the turn. David's going to have a turn 3 birthing pod, paying 2 down to 18.
Now, Khyler really needs an acidic slime right now. I mean, obviously there's no creatures in play for David yet, but just the threat of what birthing pod can do. Nature's Claim?
It does look like David boarded in the Arc Trails.
Yeah, and Nature's Claim comes from Khyler. David's Arc Trails are going to be really weak for the most part, unless he gets lucky.
It looks like if Khyler hits this land drop, looks like Garrick's going to come to play.
No, he said nothing. He didn't have the land.
Looks like he's got Beast Within and Nature's Claim, so...
I mean, he's got so many answers in his hand. He needs to get something on the table in the meanwhile.
Just 1 land, there's a Garrick, and that should be enough.
Well, he doesn't have the land.
All he needs. Looks like David's hand is a twin and 2 Arc Trails and a
Looks
forest.
like a go. Yeah, Khyler draws, says go.
No lands. He does have 25, which is a reasonable amount, so... Oh, there's an acidic slime to take him off the
that
land.
is devastating. I almost feel like he should have made a 3/3 there.
Thought about that.
There's
he might
a
need...
Spellskite.
Yep, there's a Spellskite. With that, he might not need to anymore, but I think that leaving up the solutions for the Splinter Twin combo might have been more relevant at that point. And David was actually setting up to potentially... He didn't have double red in play, but he could have started Splinter Twinning that acidic slime and just having the real lockdown.
So devastating when that happens. And we get a Khyler draws, gets that land finally, a little late.
Looks like David did in fact board on the Mitotic Slime. That's the Extended Art Game Day promo. Yep, Khyler plays his land, passes back. Looks like he's just got some Beast Within. And is that an Overwhelming Stampede I see? David has a Spellskite of his own in hand, some Arc Trails, and a Splinter Twin.
David's ready to attack.
Khyler, Beast Withining a Mitotic Slime is not a very profitable interaction, but sometimes you just got to do it to not die and stabilize. So he chooses to do so. David gets 2 2/2s and a 3/3.
Ouch.
It actually looks like green is pretty heavily featured in the feature matches this round. Dan Jordan's playing Twin Pod. Joe Bernal is playing Bantvine.
Yeah, it's the Blue Manji deck with white.
Yeah.
But what is the white for without the...
Probably Squadron Hawks.
But without Mystic. I mean, Squadron Hawk is not a very big draw.
It's good fodder if you have Fauna Shaman or something similar. And it looks like someone else is playing Bant Pod based on Olivier Ruel's list, Ben Isker.
And he's cast another spell, but it's just underneath the Open Series.
The Spellskite.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yep. David played a Spellskite and passed.
5 mana finally.
Looks
this
like
is Garrick if he wants it. He might have something else perhaps. Nope, there's the Garrick.
Khyler currently at 11 life, I believe, from that Acidic Slime hit. He's at 13 before the attack.
Down comes a Beast. If it resolves, is that what the pause is for?
Assuming. I don't think he wants to draw 0, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm wondering on the delay.
Looks like he's got a Overwhelming Stampede in hand. Can't see what else. Oh, there
it
we go.
is. Okay.
Looking for more beasts from the judge. David draws. So his hand is Land, Splinter Twin, Arc Trail, Arc Trail. Might just want to attack with everybody and then start slinging some post-combat Arc Trails and see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's a simplify the board. is your game right now.
Especially because Arc Trail versus Spellskite. The Arc Trail, as long as one of the targets of the Arc Trail is a Spellskite, Spellskite's not going to do anything to it.
That we shouldn't forget about that Raging Ravine.
Yeah, that's true. Raging Ravine can just get in there and start ending this game real fast. Khyler's reasonably close to dead here. Looks like there's going to be
double Arc Trail, perhaps.
3 combat Arc Trail, 2 to the Spellskite, 1 to you.
He's reconsidering.
Yep, just bash with everybody, see what happens. You know, worst case scenario, he chooses to trade the Beast token instead of letting you Arc Trail it for value.
I mean, if we just imagine, for example, that the Spellskite blocks David's
3/3.
Beast, and then we have the Beast block that token.
Yep.
I mean, an Arc Trail is going to do a lot of work mopping things up. Zot. Oh, wrong one.
Misclick. 2-1. Yep, Khyler knows that he can't change the targets, and David gets 2 1/1s again. Mitotic Slime does some
You need to
cool
make
stuff.
sure that he gets his 1/1s. I mean, he does get the 1/1s.
Yeah, that card lives for a long time. Looks like they're probably digging for some saplings. Are they saplings or are they oozes? They're oozes. They had all the different ooze tokens in that set.
Explorer. Well, that's not very exciting.
Yeah. Garrick's still alive though, so not all hope is lost.
I mean, one of the things about Garrick has that Elspeth-like ability to protect itself that's actually really impressive.
Well, the other thing is that if this Garrick gets to ultimate, it's over. Like, you don't actually... Like, you don't live through a Garrick ultimate. It's a lot of 6/6s. Yeah, it looks like there should be 2 tokens in play on David's side that are not there. Assuming that's Mitotic Slime, I'm remembering correctly. It makes the 2/2s that make the 1/1s.
Yes.
Let's see. David has Splinter Twin in hand, which can start to help. So he's just going to send in with the Beast and the token. Beast blocks down the other Mitotic Slime token. It's going to be 4.
Okay.
They're just collecting these tokens.
Yeah,
there need to be some guys in play.
Yeah.
So Birthing Pod's going to come down for David, paying the 4 life to cast and activate with Arc Trail up. And this Acidic Slime is probably getting upgraded to a Titan. Would be my guess.
It's not terrible. Oh, boy. Does he still have an Arc Trail in his hand, you said?
Yep.
That'll do it, right?
Yes, it does. So the Slime tokens did not, in fact, matter. But...
poor Khyler.
Yep. Still had all this Primeval Titan and Dungrove Elder and Green Sun Zenith that cannot be cast because too far behind.
That's right. That's right.
So we saw a pretty quick match between Twin Pod and Mono Green there. Well, really quick game 1. Probably the fastest game 1 I've seen in this format. I think the only other deck capable of turn 3 is Tempered Steel. There might be like some miracle mono red hand that does it.
I think there are a couple of miracle mono red hands, mostly Koldatha red based mono red.
Koldatha red. I think there's like triple Goblin Guide hands that are like 6 or like 2, 6, 6. That's 14 bolt. You can in magical, Stacker Christmas Land. You got it. But
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here with Ari Lax, and we're here in Pittsburgh for the Star City Games Live Open Series. We just saw the conclusion of a match between David Blystone and Khyler Fields, which was a Twin Pod versus a kind of a homebrewed mono green mid-range deck.
Yeah, Dungrove Elder, Omnath, Beast Within as removal, Overwhelming Stampede Avenger, both Garrick's Wild Speaker and Primal Hunter.
Right.
And then he's got these Primeval Titans just to ramp up a mana, landfall these Avengers.
I mean, I think that...
Draw cards off Garrick.
I don't think that this deck is ready for prime time by any means, but one of the things I do think is interesting is I do think it's interesting to be having a deck like this, which runs 4 Beast Within and 2 Dismember,